This is my good luck bush. This is not a bush. This is a plant. Is that what we're gonna go with? This is a plant. This is my good luck plant. Helps me speak more effectively and efficiency. Apparently, I need to rub it way more. What is up, everybody? If you are out there and you tuned in to this face and this fresh haircut, thank you so much for being here. Guess what? If you're sitting there, you've got a business, you got an organization, you're a marketer, you're a manager, and you're wondering, is there maybe one massive piece of this puzzle that I am missing? I think there is. And guess what? It's called the record button. Yeah, that's it. The record button. We're going to talk today about how if you would just get over your fears, old-fashioned ways, concerns, and so many other things like a lot of people deal with, and actually just hit record more often, your brand and your business will grow. I promise. You just got to let me talk about it a little bit. Let's get into it. Here we go. So tip number one. All right. This one is, I've heard it said for years and years and years, and it's a little preachy, but I want you to hear this when I say it as clear as humanly possible. That one of the number one ways that you're going to paralyze your growth, your brand, and your business in 2023, 2024, and beyond is waiting for perfection. If you wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity to hit record, if you wait until the perfect customer and the perfect hair and makeup day and the perfect camera crew who you jibe with and vibe with and is in your budget and all the stars align and you finally hit the record button, guess what? Somebody with maybe a tenth of your talent, a tenth of your time, energy, or budget, all they did was take out their iPhone and film 30 pieces of content and put it in front of your potential customer's face. And guess what? A lot of them did business with that person just because they hit record. That's the world we live in right now, where when we're in a space where people are more likely to do business with those who they like and relate to than those that they deeply trust, it's because trust takes too frigging long to earn. And I know that's difficult for some of you guys to hear, but we think that if everything's not perfect, then they're not going to show up. They're not going to listen. They're not going to tune in. No, people are tuning in to a lot of different things. Just since you were sitting on the sideline, they tuned into all of your competition first. I want you to hear me. This is in hope and love, trying to keep optimistic, trying to give you some juice, some mojo to get up and show up. So I want that to really, really, really sink in. As that moving forward, and I've got more tips, I got more things to talk about. That is the premise of today's video. That's the premise of what I want you to read and what I want you to listen to, is that those that are willing to just hit record, capture content, add value, post, and show up, even if it's not perfect, they're gonna win. And I want that to be you. But I hear so many people and deal with so many people that they are just terrified that if it's not perfect, don't post it. I'm telling you right now, that is the wrong mindset and the wrong strategy moving forward. And I want you to hear me on that so clearly. Now, number two, check this out. You do this and you don't even realize it, is that I truly believe, and I believe that a lot of marketers and new age like business growth consultants and professionals believe this, is that people respect being part of the process. And people celebrate your progress. So I want you to hear that. Well, I don't care if you got to put it on your whiteboard, put it on your mirror. It's like, wait a second. I could actually show people the process of my growth, our organization's growth, our church's growth. I can show the mistakes. I can show the shortcomings. I can show the little tiny wins that seem insignificant but are a huge deal to me. I can share all of those things as part of my brand and my social development. And it actually makes people feel like they're part of that process. Yes. And guess what? It makes them like you because you're more relatable. Because that's what our life is like. That's what your life is like. Now, the second part I said was they respect the process, but they celebrate the progress. And sometimes as an entrepreneur, one of our biggest shortcomings is feeling like we're doing this alone. One of the powers of social media is not just growing your business. It's not just always capturing leads and being ready to sell the next big thing. Sometimes those conversations are what you need to know that you're doing the right thing, that you actually should show up tomorrow, that you should actually pay the light bill, have the employees, deal with the craziness, deal with all the stuff that you chose to deal with instead of just going work for somebody else. Or you decided to be part of like a nonprofit movement and like grossly underpays everybody, but you're in it to win it because you believe you're part of something special. I can assure you, people that you don't know who develop a relationship with you on social media, who celebrate your progress, is going to be lifeblood to you and your organization. I saw it when we were growing our church. It's like in the hardest of times when we would still take the time and energy to share and convey hope consistently. Those comments of people saying, last Sunday I got baptized. My husband gave his life to Jesus. My wife, we just lost a relative and we're just such a dark place and we felt hopeless and we felt alone. But last Sunday, that was our Sunday where we felt that weight come off. All because we took the time and energy to be like, okay, guys, these pictures aren't perfect and the audio and the message isn't perfect, but we got to post it. We've got to. We can't wait until next Sunday until we figure all of this out to post, because people need hope Monday through Saturday too. And so I've just seen the personal effects of it in so many different industries. I want you to hear me. I want you to hear my heart. Okay? Now, remember, people respect the process. They celebrate your progress. Now, here's the little secret sauce. Here's the marketing, the Jordan touch, okay? If when you're sharing that story and how you're improving and how, you've got cool ways that you cook the food at your restaurant, or you have new staff, and you fixed a pothole in your parking lot that people complained about for years and you finally fixed it. Like all these little quirky little things. Guess what? You also have the opportunity when those conversations start, when those comments come in, to stop talking about yourself and start talking to people about themselves, their lives. Hey, if you're following us, I see you comment on a lot of stuff. It's like, we've never seen you in the door. Just curious, have you considered using us as this service? Or I'm telling you, you will see this crazy, crazy shift where you might have people that comment on like 10 posts, send you a message, say, love the progress, love this, love that. And they've been considering switching from the same business they've been doing business with a long time to you. And you'll be one message away where you're like, well, why don't you come hang out? Come experience this. Come be part of this. And they'll become a customer for life. You just got to try it. Trust me. Last two things before we go. Don't want to talk your head off all day. Listen to this. An iPhone and a decent light and a quiet room with you educating and starting conversations is enough to drive brand and business growth in the current social media and marketing climate. I'm going to say it again. An iPhone with decent lighting and decent audio is enough to drive consistent, profitable brand and business growth. Now, I'm bougie, not bragging. It's a $10,000 camera, and I love it. And I think hopefully it makes me look good. I think so. I'm looking at the screen to see what I look like. I have it turned so they can't see it. I was probably stupid. But guess what? If this was done with an iPhone and I showed up consistently 52 weeks, just like I said I was going to, guess what? A lot of the same people, just like you that are watching this, that are listening to this, would still buy in, because the value of what I'm saying is still there, even if the image isn't the greatest thing since sliced bread, if I still showed up, okay? So an iPhone, a decent light, in a quiet room, and start educating. Start talking, start telling people, start asking questions, start having dialogue. Man, if you're out there and you got a secret sauce, you got this cool process, you got this like special thing that you do that no one knows about except you, I would start talking about it all the time. And you've heard me talk about frequency a bunch. Don't do one video, do 50, okay? Last thing before I go. Oh man, you have to sign up to actually be on camera. So many entrepreneurs, there's so many people that I talk to, they consistently say their self-talk is, oh, I hate my voice. Oh, I hate how I look on camera. Oh, I'm so uncomfortable. Like, I get that. Being on camera is not easy. It's actually incredibly difficult. But just like any other skill that you learned, if you decided, hey, this is a need. If you're an athlete, you say, I want to be quarterback. And they say, okay, I need you to throw 1,000 footballs a day. And you go, well, I only like to throw 200. Guess what? You will not progress. Like, if you decide you want to cut hair for a living and you say, oh, well, I only cut, people that look like this and have hair exactly this length and this color, and I don't ever want to talk to anybody else my entire life, and I don't want to learn from anybody that disagrees with me, and like you have all these like blinders up. How are you going to be successful in your career? We're coming into a world where your openness to turn the camera on and talk is just as important as all the other facets of designing a product, building teams, growing an organization, growing a business. Whether that's you or you're a marketing director and you have to convince your higher up or your CEO or your pastor to be like, you've got to be on camera. We got to get you on camera. We'll buy you some coaching classes. We'll talk to this Jordan guy. You can watch him. He'll help you learn how to talk on camera. Like, I don't care. You have to sign up for that part of the gig. Okay? Now, last little nugget. You could technically do photo and you could technically do audio if you absolutely despise being on camera. But the willingness to be on camera gives you a known edge, if I'm being honest. Okay? So, I know that was a lot. Today, just press record. Number 1, if you wait for perfection, you will paralyze your brand and your business growth. Number 2, people respect the process, but they also celebrate the progress because you're relatable and it's just something that we naturally like to do as humans, okay? And number 3, an iPhone, decent light, and a quiet room, and some good old-fashioned valuable education where people can tell you're actually trying to help them and start conversations with them. Winning formula for success. And the very last thing as we wrap up the video is you've got to work on being in front of the camera, and you've got to be okay with it, and you have to be open to stretching yourself and learning. And it just gives you a huge competitive advantage moving forward. Yeah, that's today's video. Hope you found it incredibly valuable. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time and your energy and your willingness to listen to me yap into this microphone. You're amazing. Go out there, conquer the day, change the world, touching people's lives. All right? And until the next one, I love you guys.